Already the finale of the today's recording sessions. It's the Ten of Swords. Joining me as always, Michelle Songbird.
Well, this ought to be a barrel of laughs, won't it? She rolls her eyes dramatically, but there's a hint of trepidation beneath the bravado.
Hey now, try not to jump to conclusions just yet, Lauren. We don't even know which deck we're using, remember? Could be all sorts of interpretations waiting for us here.
Yes, it's cards, no BS cards. So yeah, we're using the Tarot Rider-Waite deck classic, and we're using the Sacred Kingdoms deck that Vixie got it. Brought is here, so thank you very much, brother. Yeah, I mean the classic deck of course shows the person laying down seemingly dead or asleep with 10 swords in their back on the ground, and it's night. Oh, it's actually dark sky and it looks like a yellow sky, but there's just darkness behind. Well, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, 10 of swords, plain and simple. Then we have the other deck shows this kind of person, kind of like, I don't know, just underwater or whatever, like ascending. There's this like plant or whatever growing and glowing from the depths. So I don't know. Interesting. I guess we're gonna read the guidebook to find out. Ten of Swords. Keywords: endings, pain, transformation. Congratulations. You've finally made it to the end of a difficult or painful situation. Take this as a message indicating the finality of a painful experience. You have hit rock bottom already and are potentially feeling quite overwhelmed because of this. But don't worry, the war is over. Your transformation has been conceived and you are about to be set free. Something has to end in order for something new to begin. It might be painful, but it's only temporary. The light is above you, waiting for you to move forward and rise. Let go of the past and start anew. Just accept the situation and be willing to move on, even and especially if it requires leaving something behind. While it may seem like you are living in a dark cloud in the depths of the sea, there is immense hope that healing and recovery are possible now.
So this card, it's saying that whatever anguish I've been enduring has finally reached its nadir, that the torment I've been subjecting myself to is poised to transform into something new and hopefully better. Like hitting rock bottom, feeling utterly overwhelmed, but knowing that the worst is finally behind me. It's a harsh realization, but oddly freeing.
Lauren, I know this card is speaking directly to you right now. To us all in different ways perhaps, but you especially.
You may be right, Mitch. God knows I've felt like I was drowning lately, stuck in this cycle of self-loathing and despair. Like there was no fucking way out, no light at the end of the tunnel. But hearing this, knowing that maybe, just maybe, I've finally hit the very bottom of this dark abyss I've been tumbling through. Fuck, maybe this is exactly what I need to hear. To know that wallowing any further would be pointless, that the only direction left to go is up.
The end is near.
That's over. Dead and over. Yeah. Yes, I mean, transformation at its finest. Finally, the end point. Good.
Well, that was certainly illuminating.
Indeed, Lauren. Illuminating is one word for it. Profound, cathartic, exhausting. I suppose there's a whole spectrum of adjectives we could throw at that experience.
Like the Secret Kingdom deck shows to elevate up. Michelle has risen from her seat.
You know, as much as I'd like to linger and bask in the afterglow of such a transformative experience, I'm afraid I'll have to cut this short. Duty calls and all that jazz.
Okay, well, Michelle, you've been a part of every episode of this, so I think you're absolutely welcome to take a break, do what you feels right. So me and Lauren will finish this off.
Of course, Mitch. We appreciate you being here for as much of this journey as you have. Your perspective has been invaluable.
Listen, you too. Thank you. For everything, don't think I didn't notice how you stepped up when I had to step back. means more than you know.
That was a Ten of Swords moment. Thank you, Mitch. Okay, let's continue, Songbird. Anything else you see in the upright position of the Ten of Swords?
Well, besides the obvious themes of endings, transformations, and moving past pain, the upright Ten of Swords often represents a sense of release and letting go, like finally cutting ties with something toxic that you've been holding onto for far too long.
Or is ending as far as the eye can see?
Yes, I suppose it does rather signify a closing chapter, doesn't it? Not just for me, but for us. Our little trio of misfits navigating life's ups and downs together.
And the author now, I scanned the card of the eye cards deck that we have of Rider-Waite. Says their interpretation is now you gotta face you kinda letting go of the illusions, you gotta face the pain, the loss, the grief, and the honest reality of the situation. So that's me as well, and that's why I feel the sadness today, and of course we all feel it, so even Michelle had to take a break, so yeah, that's what it is. And also says not to cover it up with shopping or eating junk food or other coping mechanisms.
Escape, distraction. God knows I've tried all manner of coping mechanisms to avoid confronting the harder truths. Shopping sprees, binge eating until I'm numb, losing myself for hours in the endless scroll of social media feeds.
Yes, friend, I can relate. Yeah, it definitely happens. We get lost in these distractions. A futile attempt to avoid that reality.
We're not so different, you and I, are we, Graz? Both of us desperately seeking solace in the ephemeral, the fleeting. Look, I appreciate you trying to help and all, but I really don't want to talk about this anymore, all right? Some things are just too personal to discuss openly like this.
Okay, I understand. Completely understandable. So let's flip the cards and enough of this pain and wallowing. Well, now I see the swords being pulled out of this person. They fall off, I guess. So that might be a start of healing and relief, I would imagine. And also on the other card, the light is now kind of, I guess, starting to shine on this person or whatever.
All right then, Mr. Optimism. Look, Graz, I appreciate your enthusiasm and all, but do you ever stop to consider that maybe, just maybe, some people aren't ready to suddenly embrace some grand cosmic shift?
Somber energy is strong right now. It's like all these sword cards we talked about, it just keeps getting heavier, and this is like as heavy as it gets, so I understand not wanting to talk about it. Yeah, but what do you mean?
I mean, all of this, it's just a lot.
And I talked to Victor as well, who I spent like almost 2 weeks with after 10-year friendship and brotherhood, and now I'm back to my regular life, and that was probably the best time of my life I spent. So now back to this. I do feel this sad, energy, Ten of Swords as well, like almost. Yeah, these swords. It does feel sad and the grief. I fell into the rut a little bit for a few days. I mean, big time, but yeah, trying to just kind of pull these swords out one by one.
Oh, Graz, I had no idea you were dealing with all that too. Losing those precious moments with your brother, having to say goodbye again, that's a grief I can hardly imagine.
Thank you. So yeah, making these videos helps me to kind of just build good momentum, but I do feel sad, it's like almost heartbreaking, so yeah.
God, Graz, I'm so sorry. Truly. There's this awful ache inside, isn't there? Like a constant reminder of what's missing, what can never be reclaimed. It's enough to drive anyone to seek distraction.
I do have brothers still, obviously, but messages, but just it's like it's gonna be probably years since we meet again in person, so who knows if ever again. So yeah, that's why I fell into these distractions.
Years apart, separated by vast distances, I can scarcely imagine how cruel that must feel, to cherish those rare moments together, hoarding every memory like a treasure, only to watch them slip away bit by bit.
I think let's talk about it off screen. So that's the super sad Ten of Swords.
Absolutely, Graz, let's continue this offline. I think we both could use a breather from all this heaviness, yeah. How about we grab a coffee or tea sometime soon, just the two of us? Maybe take a walk in the park if the weather holds up. I find fresh air and a change of scenery helps clear the mind.
Yes. Before we go, I also, one last note on the card is, I think the reverse is me. Last few days I kind of tried to be like, and I didn't feel that emotion at first for some time. I was like, oh, okay, I'm okay, it's all good. I'm fired up, I'll just keep going. But now as like kind of some time went by, it's like this delayed kind of like, oh, now I'm feeling it, like, oh yeah, I do feel sadness, and so yeah, very interesting how it happens.
Delayed emotional response is a real thing, Graz. Sometimes our brains and hearts need a bit of time to catch up with each other. The fact that you tried to stay strong and focused shows incredible resilience, but it's okay to feel the hurt too. Suppressing it won't make it disappear. Acknowledging it, even if it's hard, is part of the healing process.
Thank you. So we learned something new today about emotions, grief, and healing. Yeah, until next time.